Hello, just wanted to make a short, very quick recap because, okay, frankly, I'm very disappointed by today's game. Yesterday game was not, frankly, not extremely high level, but today it was really, I mean, for a professional, it was really weak play from both players, in my opinion, and yeah, it's very disappointing level. I'm sorry to be so harsh, but it's not to, I'm just trying to be objective and to be according to the truth, yeah, to tell things what they are, because of course I suppose many commentators would, pretend that it's big fight, that everything is okay, but it's, yeah, today it was definitely not. I will just go very quickly through the game because it's not worth going deep. There were too many, in my opinion, very obvious mistakes, like conceptual mistakes. That's a problem. I will talk about it at the end of the video, but well, now, okay, that was very entertaining if it wouldn't be theory before that, and then d5 was played. Okay, maybe it's a novelty, I don't know, but anyway, from here Lukia started to think. Rook b8, knight c4, bishop e6 is okay, looks normal. Rook d2 here. Well, the point is that the position that all this play here, this is all looking quite logical, standard, but the position is a bit non-standard. I mean, not that it's terribly complicated, but it's a little bit non-standard, and then players start to make mistakes, I believe, one after another, and that is disappointing for me, because it's not only about playing very, very standard positions. It's sometimes in chess you get something a little bit unusual, pawn structure, and with these kings both can be weak at some under some circumstances, and then it just like the level drops incredibly, yeah, because queen d5 to me normal. I would seriously consider, because in this position, I mean, chess is not only about calculation, or it's about some general rules. I mean, this position, the one who will control the d file will have a big advantage, in my opinion. I mean, a considerable advantage. So it's pretty much about the control of d file. So what I would do, because white wants to play rook d1 next, I mean, I would seriously at least consider taking and playing f5. I mean, just because then the game can get double H at some point, because pawns are not running so quick, white's pawns here, and black can try to create two pass pawns at some point. I mean, I don't know what is this position. Doesn't look for me clear at all. I mean, like, it's complicated, probably should be a draw at the end, but it's like can get very sharp and double H. So if black wants to play for a win, I suppose that was the way to try to get a chance to win, at least, yeah, even though objectively, of course, it's white who is somewhat pressing, maybe. I mean, but after queen is 7, I'm sorry, okay, just rook d1, I don't understand. It's just the d line, it's the most important asset on the position. How you don't play rook d1? And what is kind of, and Dean, he's spending so much time, yeah, I mean, playing these moves for queen c6, and so he's trying to dig into the position like 50 minutes, and it seems to me that, I don't know, it's just so natural. You get the line, you're just better, yeah. The question is how much better, that's another point, but no doubt white is better. And it's like obvious, yeah, that is why I'm kind of irritated, if you want, because it's obvious. It's just maybe next like queen a5. I guess black would play something like g6. I think this looks like a good square. You get the control of d line. Maybe black would rook d7, or maybe black would go rook d7 or something. But okay, it's only white who is playing. Yeah, white it's very dangerous position for black, at least in practical sense, because the d line, there is always rook d8 possible. Then pawns start to run, because white can push the c pawn, black cannot really push so much his pawns, his king becomes weak. It's just better for white. I mean, then the only question is how big is the advantage, and it's, believe me, it's very obvious. I mean, I don't understand how queen d6 is played. Okay, now I would really, especially with the rook on the 6th rank, it's better for black than on the, I mean, why not to do this? I mean, it's just like, well, at least you can create counterplay here. I don't see why. I mean, it's like so simple. It's really simple. I mean, it's very obvious to me, at least. Okay, maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know what computer says, but it's like obvious, yeah, that you should not leave queens on the board here. So queen g5 is played. I don't know. He's repeating moves in a position where, well, at least now rook d1, queen e3, but well, maybe it's not like necessary to repeat moves. Queen e7, then he didn't think things. I absolutely cannot understand. I mean, why you just don't play rook d1. It's like, you know, it would take 1 minute. It's obvious. Yeah, rook d1 and get the d line, and then think, because you are simply better, as I understand. So he is trying to repeat moves now. Okay, if you want to fight, I mean, Gukesh, if you want to fight, but at least take on d6 f5, but don't fight like this. Don't force white, who wants to make a draw seemingly, don't force him to get a big advantage. How can you, I mean, whether you exchange on d5, whether you pray and immediately ask the arbiter to fix the 3 times repetition before it's too late, yeah, before your opponent change your mind. But queen h4, I mean, I understand it could have been some kind of idea to play for a win, but it's obviously, to me, it's connected with a very big misjudgment of the position. To me, very obvious. Of course, white is much better here. It is no doubt, absolutely zero doubt. Yeah, like it's obvious. So I don't understand. This is a world championship match. I'm sorry to be harsh, but I mean, I don't say I'm playing brilliantly, especially now, but these are like things which challengers for the world should like automatic. It should be completely automatic. It's like you know, base. And it's like, you know, the modern chess that players, they, at least those who play the match, they're like so much into calculating variations that, okay, here there are not so many concrete variations, but like when there is no concrete play, then they almost like, okay, sorry to exaggerate, but like they don't know what to do, yeah. I mean, but sometimes you have to play on general terms, moves, you know, just out of general considerations. And okay, g6, queen e5. Well, I think white-black's position is, I mean, at least practically, I don't know about computer-wise, but practically it's on the edge of losing. Simply, it's simply on the edge of losing, because white has full control on the d line. Entering his king is safe. It's just pretty bad, practically at least. Rook e8, queen g3, queen h5. I don't know, queen f4 looks okay. Yeah, I mean, black don't have any play, actually. It's just no play. Because he cannot push pawns, his king becomes weak, and white can slowly, using this domination on d line, can start to push c pawn, maybe b3, king b2, c4. I mean, just like one-sided play. Queen a5. Okay, I understand. Maybe I would try to change queen still, even with 2 tempies down. But of course, if black didn't change it earlier, then probably he's not going to change now. So queen a5, why a3? Why not king b1? I fail to understand, frankly. I really don't understand, but okay, also fine. Queen b5, black at least tries to create some kind of counterplay. There is not so much, because queen b3 can be met by king b1, king a1. Even move like h4, I don't know, I think white is just much better anyhow, yeah. But rook d4, maybe, yeah, queen e2. No, but here that was rook d2, I guess, queen f3, and now it's just like the move after, like, you know, 11 minutes of think. I don't know what is the thinking process to play king c2, because it's like losing a tempi. If you already decide to exchange queens, which is, in my opinion, I mean, like, it's hard to comprehend how can it come to your mind in this way, but at least play h4, then, I mean, like, win a tempi, because black would be, you know, preying on the knees to exchange queens in this position, but you will get almost a clear tempi, because king c2 is not necessary. But it's so obvious now that you have to move away your queen. I mean, like, you have full domination control on d line. Okay, if you don't want, you at least play c4, b4, whatever, but queen g5, I mean, it's like, it wouldn't even cross my mind, frankly, to change queens if I don't win a pawn. I don't know what, again, but it seems to me so obvious, like, I don't know, it's a world championship match, yeah, it's how, it is just like a basic understanding of chess, I'm sorry, yeah, that how can you change queens with such a domination? I mean, after queen g5, because white king is completely safe, white can try to enter, trying to take pawns, can try to organize maybe potentially some h4, h5, some attack. He can do anything he wants. I mean, it's just better. Again, maybe computer maybe would hold this position, but human very, very unlikely. And actually black has already not so much time. It's very difficult to play this position with black after queen g5. On top of objectively, I'm sure white is better. So this is just absurd. I mean, to play king c2, I'm sorry to be so emotional, but it's really true. It's like I cannot understand what is this. I mean, because I'm disappointed. Why? Not because I want to criticize players or something. No, I mean I've played some bad games myself as well in the world, but like this is like obvious positional mistake. Like it's so obvious that I cannot understand. I mean it's unforced error. I mean because white has full control. Really, black is passive, has no counterplay. And you just giving yourself that shouldn't happen in World Championship match. So many, and it's by far not the first one. Because now take f5. I mean now I would even under some circumstances consider playing for a win with black, because of course he is threatening g5 very often, and then pass pawns are really promoted. I mean like it's to me here it's only black who can play for a win. I mean just in one move from a much better position without any risk, you deliberately maneuver yourself into a position where it's very double-edged and actually a lot of risk, in my opinion. White can really lose it. I mean, again, objectively it's not, of course, but it's already becoming risky, but it's just incredible. Sorry. I mean, this. Okay, now I would be extremely worried with white, because black wants king g7, maybe king h6, king h5, or h6, g5. It's really becoming like a bit risky for white. And his pawns are nowhere near promoting, so what is this? h5? Now I didn't understand why didn't he just play king g7? I mean, again, if you are talking about idea of Gukesh trying to get his chance to win a game, I mean, maybe that was a chance to play king g7, I don't know at least, but it seems to me that it can be quite interesting. Because like, okay, if you takes, then g5 becomes a threat, fg king g6, something like that, as I understand. And I guess it's still a draw, but let's say if rook d6, you can get g5 maybe, and then fg f4. Okay, at least there is a certain rook f6 check. I mean rook e4. It's becoming a bit scary for white. I guess it's a draw, but still, like, if rook d6, then you take. But it's already, to me, clear that it's only black who can play for a win here, frankly. And so h5, but he took gh, yeah, in the game. And then rook d5, and I guess it's a draw now, yeah. I mean, like, forced draw, but again, it's maybe, if somebody is trying to win here, I guess it's only black who can try to win. Yeah, I mean, but I guess here it's just a draw already. But anyway, it's such a strange game. I mean, I'm very disappointed, frankly. Yesterday was, okay, something that was not a high quality game, but kind of this can happen. But the problem of today is that there were no really big problems to solve. Like, position is not extremely complicated or sharp. It's like very basic D-line. And then opponents, in my opinion, making mistake after mistake, like strategical mistakes, as if, they just don't get the sense, so to say, of the position. Okay, maybe I'm kind of old school, but still, to me, it's like, it's pretty basic, this. So, I mean, okay, of course, they are great players, they are great calculators. I mean, they calculate fantastically well variations, but I would expect something a bit more from World Championship match. It's like ideas, human play, human concepts, ideas, but I don't see any. It's like, okay, when it gets to calculations, they're good, both, they're very good. I mean, when it's not about calculation, well, it becomes really like level drops considerably. And but then if I enjoy chess as a calculative game, I would rather prefer to watch Engine World Championship, yeah, because they calculate better. But I mean, Human World Championship, I expect the battle of ideas, battle of concepts, of original, interesting ideas, but at least definitely not like obvious positional mistakes, to my understanding. So, yeah, I'm pretty disappointed. That's why I don't want to go into detail. It's a short video. But yeah, sorry for being critical, but I guess a lot of commentators will tell that it's okay. Yeah, they're fighting, very fighting chess. Yeah, it is fighting chess, partly, not always, but it is not. Sorry to be so harsh, and again, it's not to insult players, but so far this match has not much to do with World Championship. It's not the World Championship match level so far, and okay, that is for me disappointing. Doesn't matter who is going to win. I mean, for me, I am for chess, yeah, and this is not the chess I expect from the World Championship match. So I demand the players to improve and to start to play a real World Championship match level. For the moment, it's not.